It's time, it's time, it's time. Today is June the 22nd, 2025, and it is 10:12 a.m. The power of being a tactician, the power of being a tactician, the power of being a tactician, the 90-10 rule. As you can see in the thumbnail, we got Emory Tate, international chess master, United States Air Force veteran, chess teacher, and the father of Andrew and Tristan Tate, content creators, and also former kickboxers and entrepreneurs. Okay. Shout out to the Parkway Free Library Chess Club, and shout out to the Rittenhouse Chess Club. I haven't played chess since mid-May. I've taken a break from playing chess for a little bit, but I am going to get back to it. But I digress. Now, what is a tactician? A tactician is a person that can think and move in the moment, under pressure, under fire. Okay? That's what a tactician is. And the reason why I have Emory Tate as my thumbnail is because his style of chess was based off of tactics and the art of attack from this book, which is an updated version of this book. And I've only read the introduction of the book. I have to get back to it. But based off of what I've learned, it teaches you how to prevent castling, and it teaches you how to set traps. Okay? This book is called The Art of Attack. This is the updated version, and this is the book that Emory Tate, the only book he read on chess. He had the original version. Okay? So, being tactical is being able to think in the moment, being able to allow your objective thinking to always be on point. Okay, that's what being tactical is all about. Now, in the past, I've always been more on thinking long term, thinking 10, 20 step moves ahead. But that means nothing if you can't make the moves for right now to fulfill that long-term plan, that long-term sight, that long-term vision. Okay? And I had a situation this morning where I had ordered something from Amazon, and the Amazon people did their job, they delivered it, and somebody stole it. Now, the first thing I wanted to do was cancel my membership, cancel everything. But I had to think in the moment. I had to think, okay, I got off work around the time that they delivered it. I could have turned on my notifications. I could have been down there when they delivered it. Okay? As I was coming home, I should have been making those specific moves in that moment to prevent somebody from being able to steal it. And this is an opportunity to learn and prevent it from happening, even if I have to get it sent to a different address. But the important thing was I was able, these bugs, man, I was able to get my money back. That was the most important thing. But in life, thinking ahead, planning ahead, being able to see ahead means nothing if you can't make those moves in the moment. If you're not able to think in that moment. If you're not able to think under fire and make the right decisions under fire. Anybody can plan when it's peaceful. Anybody can plan when the sunshine is out. Anybody can plan in the good weather. Can you still effectively plan in the moment? When it's snowing, when it's raining, when it's hailing. That's what being a tactician is all about. Being able to adapt in the moment, being a master adapter. Okay? And like I said, this book teaches you this as far as chess. And like I said, chess is life. I definitely got to get back to reading that. I kind of fell off when I went back to work, but I was in it heavy on my vacation. But I'll get back to it, and I'll get back to playing chess at Rittenhouse and at the Free Library Chess Club to continue to get better and continue to be able to be a tactician, not just on the chessboard, but in life. Okay? And also, I'm a big fan of the sweet science of boxing. I love boxers that are tacticians, boxers that can adapt in the moment. You can have a game plan, but that game plan isn't solid until you execute it in the ring. You might overestimate an opponent, or you might underestimate an opponent. Most of the greatest boxers of all time were able to adjust in the moment because the coach don't see what you don't see. The coach don't see what you see, and you don't see what the coach see. You on the inside looking out. They're on the outside looking in, and y'all bring it together. Okay. But I've broken down some of Emery Tate's games, and I have to say he's my favorite chess player. Most people like the Bobby Fishers, the Magnuses of the world, but I'm a big fan of Emery Tate. I'm a big fan of his son Tristan and of his sons Andrew and Tristan Tate. Okay, and some of his great chess matches, he breaks down. He's always thinking in the moment, and he's always avoiding the safety of the king, which is everything he learned from this book. And in life, you have to be able to make decisions in the moment that will benefit you later. Which leads me to the 90-10 rule. 90% tactician, 10% strategist. And that 10% makes up a lot. You got to be able to be 10 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead of yourself in the situation, and also be able to maneuver within that situation and adapt within that situation. You got to always be adaptable, My personal opinion, the greatest tactical fighter of all time, I'm going to just give you a list because it's hard to give it to one person. But this guy is very underrated. Andre SOG, Son of God, Ward. He retired, I think it was 33-0. Okay, he's known for winning the Super 6 tournament. I did a video based off of one of his quotes. Make sure y'all check it out. He was able to adjust. And one thing about being a tactician, it ain't gonna look pretty. It ain't gonna look pretty in life. It ain't gonna look pretty on the chessboard. And for boxers, it ain't gonna look good in the ring. You're constantly making little tweaks that's gonna benefit you later in the fight, later on the chessboard, later in life. So pretty much, being a tactician is all about being able to adapt. Pretty much, being a master adapter. Okay? Okay? So I encourage you today to 90% be a tactician and 10% be a strategist. And master the art and the power of being a tactician, being able to adapt. And until next time, life is a game of chess, and every move counts. Know the board, know the pieces, win the game. Enjoy your day and enjoy your